Welcome back to another StepDadBuilds video. Today guys, we're going to be diagnosing and fixing an overheating issue with this car. This is a Dodge Grand Caravan, and I ended up having to change the thermostat on this. And after I did that, I drained the fluid, filled it back up, and in the process of filling it back up, I caught some air bubbles in the upper radiator hose. So we're going to go ahead and fix that, but I want to show everyone how to diagnose the issue if you're having any type of overheating problems and whatnot. We're going to run through the steps and see what it takes to figure it out. Go ahead and start your engine up, let it warm up to temp. And here with the Dodge Grand Caravan, I want this number to get up to 203 degrees before the engine will start circulating the fluid through the radiator with the thermostat opening. With any overheating issue, the first thing you want to see is if your bottom radiator hose is getting hot. So verify that that gets hot. And after your vehicle has warmed up completely, this upper radiator hose should be hot as well. If this one doesn't get warm, you have an issue. And like I said, you'll end up having a thermostat, a water pump, or maybe even an air pocket like my issue right now. So go ahead and check all that, let it warm up to temp. I went ahead and made this makeshift funnel that I'm going to stick in here real quick before it gets too hot. It's just a bottle of water, cut, and I added some duct tape around the top of it. So that allows the radiator fluid to go up into the bottle instead of spilling over the edge. And yeah, we're already up to temp to where my car's at 212. So it should be circulating. But rather than circulating, it's just overflowing here. So I have my car right now, I have it at an incline, and I'm pressing on my radiator hose, squeezing my upper radiator hose, trying to get the air out so that it can circulate. Alright, right down there is my thermostat, and luckily with my thermostat I have a little screw knob right on the top of it right there, and I turned that to open it up, and at first there was just air, and after the air came out of it, it started spewing some water. So that was the air from my upper radiator hose coming out of this bleeder knob, and then you close it back off once you see water. I'm squeezing the upper radiator hose again and getting those bubbles to come out. Honestly, I'm not seeing it drop, so I'm going to just go ahead and turn the car back off. And I might end up having a bad thermostat even though I just replaced it. Oh, nope, there it goes. It's going down now. Yeah, I gotta turn it back off. Oh, it sucked down. Alright, so I was worried that I had a bad thermostat from the store, but yeah, the thermostat opened up right there and it finally sucked down the fluid. And now, after it sucked down that fluid, I'm getting a warm upper radiator hose again. Yep, the upper radiator hose is nice and warm, so I think I'm pretty sure that I got all the air pocket out and it's actually circulating now. Alright. Just gonna keep squeezing that a little bit here. Alright, it should be good. I shouldn't have to top it off anymore. I don't want to keep wasting fluid and getting it all over my driveway, but yeah, we finally got that air pocket out. Once my engine gets up to 220, the external fans will kick on, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it off before then and get that radiator cap back on so that I can cap it off before more air gets in the system. But one thing I want to mention, guys, one tip here is to elevate the front end of your car. And if you noticed, I have mine on jack stands right now, and I'm elevating the top of the car so that the front of the radiator is the highest point of the engine. That helps the bubbles go up. And another thing that helps it is that little makeshift funnel there, because it helps raise the water level above the rest of the radiator. Well, I hope that ended up helping any of you guys out. Like I said, the upper radiator hose is the #1 thing to keep an eye on. I want to mention a few things first before we end the video, guys, because there's a lot of other issues that could cause overheating. And for my particular case, I knew that the radiator hose was not getting hot. But if your radiator hose is getting hot, or you can notice a fluid level drop, then that's something where you got to dig a little deeper and figure out what is causing your symptoms. And one thing is if your fluid level is dropping, you could have a leak, and you might not have any coolant in your system at all, and that would of course overheat the engine. Another thing would be is if your radiator fan is not running, and if you know your vehicle's getting up to temp and your fan's not coming on, then you might want to diagnose that, because that has a lot to do with like idling and traffic. So if you're overheating in traffic, definitely check out and make sure your radiator fan is working correctly. Another thing is a simple fix, a lot of times, is the radiator cap. This helps pressurize the system. So if it's not pressurizing correctly, you'll have temperature swings, and sometimes you'll see the fluid gushing into your overflow tank right here. And my first issue was fluid actually doing that, where it was spilling out of the overflow and onto the ground. And that's when I first noticed I had an issue going on, and that's when I investigated further and found out that it was my thermostat. So there's a lot of other causes of overheating, but if you have, an issue where you need to burp your system and get the air out, or change the thermostat, then I think my video is a good place to start. But hopefully this helps some of you guys out, and stay tuned.